administration would rather we were in class, taking all of our classes, being very studious and following the rules. But as obviously as the student perspective is, no, we're here to mess things up, raise a little hell, and try and get through to the board and make them realize the severity of their mistake.
I told you I'd be back.
You guys staying warm enough?
We are finally now thawing a little bit.
Two-person burrito.
But it's worth it because we love our school. Yes.
Good. What do you want to say about your school?
It's probably the best thing that's ever happened to some of us, and well, all of us. And it's just amazing, and we are going to do everything we can so that we can keep it open. We just love it. It's the most beautiful school in Canada.
You've seen the other schools in Canada?
No, but we don't need to. That's how beautiful it is. Rick Mercer said so it must be pretty believable.
Great. Well, stay warm. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
I hope I've done all the laughing I can let out of my body. I hope it was contagious, I hope it was heard and appreciated, I hope a great many people remember the fact that I was here. Not remember like Shakespeare or Mussolini, but along the lines of a much simpler person like Gandhi, Albert Gandhi, who lived down the street from me and loved women and food as if they were oxygen and humor. Because there is no Albert Gandhi that I know of, and that's funny to me. Should I die today? I want the world to be able to go on without me, even though I know it'll be really, really hard. And please, whatever you do not auction off my genitalia. Should I die today? I hope those who knew me well will tell the world that I was rarely ever serious. That inspiring laughter was my primary goal, and that by experiencing someone else's joy, I lived it as well. And please, when ordering my tombstone, have the date of my death span 3 or 4 days. I want people to think of it as some big event they may have missed out on. So enjoy tomorrow for me. And if I die today, make note that I'm not ready for it. But I've accomplished centuries in my decades, and for that I'm grateful. And I want to tell everyone I've loved and liked that I appreciate you very much. You made this world one hell of a lot more tolerable, and I hope my life was worth your time, as yours was worth every second of mine. And if you can hear this, you're invited to my funeral, especially if you promise to just shut the fuck up every once in a while and just listen, to keep fighting the good fight, to always do what's right. And before you go, please tell the sun I said hello, and kiss the moon goodnight. Who wrote the catchphrase? These days it's hard to tell. Before I left the club on the jukebox I played Angels of Harlem Highway.
Easy Lord! So cool!
So are you guys staying warm enough out here?
No, not really. We're dealing with it.
When there's tea, there's hope.
I'd rather be out here. And we're all freezing.
We have tea.
Are you from Czech?
No, I'm not. I'm from the PCVS documentary team.
Yes. Do you think there's... I would pay to watch this thing.
Well, do I think there is?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Not only do I think there's hope, I think it's going to stay open.
It better.
I really do believe that. What do you think?
I think we're gonna make it.
I don't understand why the board would close a school where people actually care about their school, then close a school that they wouldn't care.
Because if TAS were closing
Adam
down?
Scott or TAS, the kids wouldn't care if it closed.
TAS kids
They just deal with it. But we fight for it.
If the TAS
Did you ever think they're closing the school because you care?
Maybe.
probably.
Most likely.
I mean, that's a horrible thought,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Sometimes things that are really good, they try to shut down.
They probably just want to sell the building.
So you guys are all from grade 9?
Yeah. Grade 9.
And you're not worried about missing class today? And
Well, if I can't go to class at this school, then I'd rather not go to class anywhere.
Well said, Ivy.
So, you know, one of the things I think is people are having a tough time understanding or maybe even believing that this school is that important to you. Like,
this school is different than any other high school pretty much in Canada because they don't really know what it's like to go to school here because it's a lot different. Everyone cares about each other and we care about the school and the teachers care about us and you can't really find that anywhere else.
We don't really have like cliques like all the other schools. Like we can just have everyone in the group. Like we can't just divide everyone up.
Everyone's
like other schools.
Like when Hope you came to this group, you didn't
I don't know anybody here.
And then now you're like, let's go huddle together because we're gonna fight or something.
I switched from St. Pete's. They have what, the #1 sports teams, academics. I came here because it is the best. I know it. Everyone here knows it. That's why we're out here. I came from statistically #1 to the real #1.
If I should die today, tell the world all the things that I could never say, as if by saying them now I somehow said them time and time again. As if yesterday was when I could say something to today. That way tomorrow could hear me as loud and clear as the year the world discovered that I was so far before my time that my time was behind to remind time that I'm here today and say that I made this time mine. These words are a sign that I was here and that fear, while present, never steered the direction that I went. I lent a hand and a shoulder when a man was great. When it was even greater, I gave away both hands and shoulders in the shape of a hug. I was a boulder for a bug to stand on. I landed on bullies and their approach was hands-on. I went mano a mano, which I believe in Spanish means donkey warrior. Because let's face it, I'm badass. I've stood on greener grass, but I've stood there alone. There's a reason our hearts are more like a muscle and less like a bone. I've known so many people who've grown up flexing in front of the mirror as if falling for their own reflection can be adequate, and that's bullshit. You only get from now until the time we go. And we've only got time to love ourselves, and no one's gonna hear the sound of our heartbeat echo. So don't expect an apology when I tell you I'm only held together by a heart that pumps glue. It's the strongest muscle in my body, and I'm flexing mine for you. Catchphrase, these days it's hard to tell. Before I left the club on the jukebox I played Angels of Harlem, the highway. I need all of these. Should I die today? Bury me on Highway 15, the graveyard in between, the symphony of many seasons church and Rob's garage. It's hard to say if the sun will flash through the clouds like a cop's badge to warm the deathly cold, which is the weather to bury the dead. Sing, this land is your land, this land is my land, but rewrite the verses to say what needs to be said. If you can't make it to my final highway rest stop, just stick a harmonica out the windows of a car moving at high speed. This ghost-blown reed is when you hear the wind. And sweaty palm answers are subtle. It's like the sadness and disappointment in the waitress and patron's eyes who came each night to be inspired. And if I stood unperspired, it means they left empty-handed. To be candid, we could turn fast food chains into second-hand bookstores and the world would be well read. But in the valley of the dead before death, you can't hold your breath. I want to be a literary, obscene green lizard with my tail curled up like a garden hose. I want to be a choir and I want to be a rose. I'm going to make a splash and a mad dash and I'll grab my crayon on a gray dawn and draw back. Let watercolors run, I smear it with beads of sweat behind a cigarette. In the garden of good and evil, I ain't dead yet. This is hobo-erotic hip-hop. My body of work will be more diverse than the vinyl at your new and used record shop. Into the club floats a mischievous breeze, and I'm flipping through a Plakowski book leaning against an old jukebox. It reads like the fox, I run with the hunted. Maybe I wasn't the happiest man on earth, but I was sure the luckiest man alive. My cherry blossom graveyard renewing my vows. On my tombstone right, he was an archaeologist in a sandstorm dream who followed a northern star while it snowed. Should I die today? Quit your fucking day job and hit the road. Who wrote the catchphrase? These days it's hard to tell. But before I left the club on the jukebox I played Angels of Harlem and the highway to hell. Highway to hell. Up on the jukebox I play Angels of Harlem, the highway to hell.
Oh man, Wes, yesterday the dance competition they did Atlantis, like they did a dance. Where'd you go? Oh yeah,
That's amazing.
Okay.
Thank you for the
And it won like a dinosaur. Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
That's awesome. Like, I was like, no way.